everybody, welcome back to the Brenda Yvonne channel. I'm your girl Brenda Yvonne, of course. Here at my channel we do fun reviews, discussions, and recaps of some of our favorite shows. Of course, tonight we are talking about Ladies Who List Atlanta. I do apologize again for my Friday night videos being over 24 hours late. I had a family emergency come up Friday night, so I wasn't even able to even watch the shows like I like to and record the videos Friday night the way I like to, but may not be on time, but I showed up. So we're gonna get right into this review of Ladies Who List Atlanta. This was season 1, episode 7, No New Friends. Okay, before we get started, please click that comment, share, subscribe, like, all of that. Do not hesitate to comment. I love to see the comments. Please share, please subscribe. Subscribing is free. Help the algorithm, help your girl out, okay? Anyway, let's get into it. This episode, I have mixed feelings. You know what it is. I love seeing the houses. I love seeing the ladies' fabulousness. But their arguments end up being... by the time they get into the middle of the argument, I forget what the argument was about because they don't mesh well. I don't know if they need to take a page from Real Housewives of Atlanta or somebody, but they don't be arguing right. Like, it's not a cohesive or something. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, the show's still good, but I just wish sometimes arguments made a little bit more sense. So, the episode opens up where we left off at the ranch. That's another thing. When they leave off an episode and they pick up at the same argument, I don't care anymore about that argument from last week. Like, let's move on. So, anyway, we pick up at the ranch and the ladies are still arguing. Kiana is still in her feelings about what Robin said about, if people who don't have kids don't understand that, we're not thinking about people and our friends in that way. So they're all going back and forth, and Robin's like, oh, obviously I struck a nerve, and I said, so I didn't mean to do that. And Kiana's like, no, you just struck a nerve. And Kiana is still like, you just need to say what it is because you said people. And then at this point, Tiana's getting mad because, Tiana invited all the girls there. I think she's kind of embarrassed to be arguing down to the ranch. And so Tiana was like, okay, like, I understand, like, what you're saying. I also understand what Robin's saying. And Tiffany in her confessional says that, I get what Robin was saying, like, it had nothing to do with Kiana, but also, like, when you're in a room full of ladies, you got to kind of read the room because you don't know what everyone's going through. And I really, really wish that Kiana in that moment would have said, hey, I'm about to turn 40. I'm struggling with my fertility. That's why that comment bothered me. Because that would have cut all of this out and cleared it up if she would have just said why that comment bothered her. But every time they tried to say, like, well, what's going on with you, she would, like, back down. Like, not back down, but she'd be like, no, I'm not hurt, I'm not just say what it is, And it's like, girl, just say, hey, you're striking a nerve when you make those kind of comments, because me and other women, we might be wanting to be a mom, but we're struggling to be a mom. Like, I wish the conversation would have went there and we would have had a vulnerable moment and all the ladies were like, you know what, that's true, I'm going to watch what I say. But instead we get a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. Tiana got mad. Tiana got all out of character. I was shocked. Tiana was getting mad and she was like, well, what is it? And she stormed off and came back, and Kiana was like, well, what did you say? Because you walked away when you said it. And then so Tiana was like, well, tell me, Kiana, And Q corrected her on her name. And I'm like, well, y'all not going to say that lady name wrong, Kiana. Is it Kiana? Did I say it right? I don't know. And then Robin over there got a big old smile on her face. Robin, you ain't right, girl. Because you stirred up all this mess. And so Robin's over there grinning. She's like, oh, Tiana, the Georgian housewife, came out of character. I'm surprised to see that, but I'm interested to watch. So I feel like Robin got the pot started, and she kind of wanted to see the women argue. And that's what she got. So Tiana, I didn't even know everything Tiana was saying, to be honest. It was like a blur to me. And so then eventually Tiana storms off. Tiffany follows her to go talk to her. Robin tries to talk to Kiana and say, I think you're great and you're all this, but you need to, your bedside manners could, could do some improvement. And I'm saying that as a person who had the same issue. And Kiana's like, well, I don't see that. Like, people not understanding. And she's like, you could be a little bit more like, lighter, softer, and come at people with love. And Kiana's like, I'm walking in love and light. If people don't understand that, if they feel like my light is dimming them, then they don't need to understand. And I think what Robin was saying was like kind of open your heart a little bit, and which is what I'm saying too. Like, Kiana, just tell us, hey, I'm struggling with infertility. That's why that comment bothered me. It didn't matter that it wasn't about me and it was about Cristyl. Like, girl, just say that. Like, that's all I need you to say, Kiana. And so then Tiffany was talking to Tiana. Tiana's like, I don't really do events like this. I just want to bring the girls together for the birthdays, the milestone birthdays. And now this is how it's turning out. And then we learned that Tiana and Kiana don't really know each other well, which I'm like, I'm tired of these girls saying they know each other and they don't know each other, then they know each other and they don't know each other. Like, do y'all know each other or not? I'm like, oh, here we go again. It's tiring. So then Kiana was saying that she could deal with Robin because Robin gives you what she is, and you know how Robin is. If she feels like Tiana throws rocks and hides her hand, and she's not being real, and they both kind of feel like they're jealous of each other or something. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't really get it. And so then Robin and Tiffany gets up and she's like, well, let me try to get the girls so we can make the most of the end of the night. And here come Robin and Kiana. They're saying they're going to leave and they're going to stay. And some of this feels like so much acting and production. The way Robin is like offbeat with her lines. It's just, there's something they need to do different on this show. It's something they need to do different. Like, it's a very great concept, but they need like reality show training 101 or something. It's just, no. So then the girls sit down in the ranch and talk and toast and have champagne, and Tiana's like gives Kiana props, and they all talk it out. And Tiffany said, this is why I don't want new friends because of drama and da-da-da. Basically, they all come to the good old kumbaya moment. They good. In the middle of all that, the show cut to Cristyl and her dad. Her dad's back in town, and they're going to visit this lady and her husband and her son. The Envoys, I want to say their last name was. Anyway, they're a Black development group, and they develop properties. And so Cristyl has helped them close, I believe, on like 6 of the properties so far. And I forgot how many they're developing total, but they're developing. They're a Black family developing properties in like historically Black areas, which is really, really cool. And Crystyl's happy to be a part of their team, and she's talking to her dad about it, and introducing them to him and all that. So that is really cool to see. Like, hats off to them. Loved seeing that Black family doing their thing. Like, really loved seeing that. I would love to learn more about how they even got started with that and how that works. It kind of reminded me of like the Love and Marriage Huntsville guys, because I think that's similar to what they do. So anyway, side note, when Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back, I will be reviewing that one as well, and I've watched all the episodes, so I'm just going to pick up wherever they pick up. Anyway, though, back to Ladies Who This Atlanta. So then we see, after Crystyl's stuff with her dad and all the girls drama with the horses, then we see Tiffany and Kira go to Laquan's house. So this is closing day for Laquan and his wife and their baby. And so Tiffany is there, because she's usually Kira's closing attorney. And they have balloons and the cake and everything for the baby Kennedy because it's her first birthday. Oh, the baby was so freaking cute with the little head wrap on her hair. So cute. So they came and they surprised the family with the little festivities for the baby's first birthday. And Kira shares with us that Laquan has been shot like 15 times, I believe it was, or 17 times in an armed robbery. And so they didn't think he would make it. I think he had a crutch or something on his arms, and you can tell he's been through some things. He's a nice looking man though. And they said it's a miracle that he's even walking. He's able to travel and he's doing his thing. He picked out that house for his family. His wife trusted him to do so. It's a big, beautiful house. They bought the furniture with the house. The house is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So they sat down, signed the papers. And I really like what Tiffany, when you see Tiffany at these closings, and as we see in the preview for the next episode, she makes it a big old to-do. I really like that. It's so cool how when Tiffany and Kira close the house, it's like a party. I love it. I was like, man, I didn't know it could be like that, closing the house. That is so cool. So anyway, the guy signed the paper, they got the house, and Kara reminisces in her confessional about seeing them buy that house, reminding her of her dream house and how it burned up, and how she thought, it's gonna be happily ever after, and it wasn't, but gives her hope that, everything in her house can be replaced, but you can't replace the people as she sees Laquan's family. So that's really cool. They popped the bottle of champagne at the end and celebrated. So then, let's see, moving forward, we see Cristyl was at a closing of a house of a $3 million property, and her office manager was there as well. Cristyl said normally she does not come to house closings unless it's really important. For this one it was, because it was a $3 million closing. The house is a fixer-upper, even though it's selling for $3 million. And she's like, once they make their repairs for about $1 million, the house is probably going to be worth $5 million. So it's like a fixer-upper, a great investment piece. So then we see Kiana calls Cristyl on the FaceTime, and Crystyl's phone didn't ring for some reason. She's like, oh, my phone didn't ring. Good thing I looked down at it. And so Kiana's calling on FaceTime. She's like, girl, these real estate agents is working my nerves. My 40th birthday is coming. I got to get it together. Dooty-woo. And I'm inviting all the girls and all this stuff. Girl, you going to come? Yep. And she's like, I'm inviting Robin. And Crystyl's like, yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna come, but I don't understand this thing with Tiffany. And Kiana's like, yeah, you guys just need to talk it out. And Kiana's saying, she's inviting Tiana, even though she's having a weird thing with Tiana. And I'm like, girl, are you? I guess. So anyway, so then they talk on the phone, and they're all good. And Kiana, they're like, hey friend. I didn't know Cristyl and Kiana were that good of friends. I guess they were from the first episode, pretty good friends, yeah. And Kiana did say that you could tell she's worried about turning 40. She's like, she just wants to do it and get it over with, get over that hump. I totally understand. I'm not there yet. After April 26th, I got about 6 years to go. So, but I understand how Kiana's feeling, leaving her 30s. I'm not looking forward to that either, but, we got to embrace our age, right? So anyway, then moving on to Kiana's party. That's where the main event happened, okay? Now, Kiana, girl, you did your thing. You could throw an event, girl. Money talks and BS walks. Oh, before we get to Kiana's party, I did skip a scene. I'm so sorry, y'all. So Kiana was, they're showing how, her working her different businesses. She said she got 118 businesses and counting. They show her doing in various different businesses. So shouts out to Kiana. You are doing your thing, girl. Like, you are really doing your thing out here in these streets. And so she meets with the developer of some townhouses. I believe it was like 6 or 7 townhouses. And they were 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. They had really, really nice natural lighting. And Kiana was saying that, it helps to work with developers, because then it's easier to get, you can sell multiple properties at a time and you're keeping business flowing. So she meets with the developer, and at first I guess they were talking about selling the properties for like $295,000, but he wants to move the price point up, looking at the other prices in the area of those homes. So he wants to be in like the 500, 600,000 range, I believe. And Kiana agrees. And so the ones on the exterior, whichever houses have the most light, I think are going to sell for a little higher than the ones that have the less lighting. Like a $50,000 difference. I can't quite remember the price. Was it $550 or $650? I can't remember, but they're very, very nice properties. They had a bathroom on every level, so that was really cool seeing that. And Kiana said, I'm going to work with my lenders, leverage my relationship with my lenders, and we're going to do this. I'm going to put these houses in the market and then develop even more business. So she wants to keep, selling the properties that he's developing. And I would really love to learn how does all that work? Like, how much do those developers get out of the sales of the properties? Like, how much does Kiana and her firm going to get, and real estate attorney going to get, and how much do the developers get? I would really be interested. And the developer said, you know, due to the prices of lumber and everything being so high, that's another reason why he wanted to increase the prices. And I know with COVID, lumber and supplies and everything has, and just inflation is just shot up. So that's just, it'd just be interesting to know about how all of that stuff works. I really wish, the show has taught us a lot about real estate, but I want more. I want more. Give us more real estate, ladies who live in Atlanta. More real estate. Like, the drama's cute and funny too, but give us more real estate also. So anyway, then, okay, so back to Kiana's party. Her party was a Met Gala theme. Okay, very, very, very nice and classy. Kiana said, don't come in your little basic cocktail stretch dress. She said, come dress. Kiana don't do basic parties. Okay, she don't do that. So it was really gorgeous. Her white she had on, that first outfit was so gorgeous. I don't think we saw the other two outfit changes. Maybe they'll show them next week though. But she looked really, really good. You could see the people taking the pictures and just everything, and the little head thing she had on. So now Crystyl's outfit makes sense to me, knowing that she was at the Met Gala party. Because last week I was like, girl, what does she have on? But now it all makes sense. So then we see the girls all there having a good time. Kiana said, help yourself to the bar. She got a team. She had to go back to Glam Squad, change her next outfit. She planned on doing 3 outfit changes, 3 hair changes. So she is not playing. Kiana is not playing at her party. I don't blame her. It's her 40th girl. Do it with a bang, okay? Do it like your B-Day, okay? So anyway, so then we see Robin. I think Robin had on a basic necklace, but she had nothing on her neck. I was like, good job, Robin. You looked good. From what I could see, they didn't really show Robin really well. I like Tiana's dress. I was trying to see more of Kira's dress. I could see it had some cutouts some kind of way. I wanted to, if they would have got her in the camera right, I could have seen better what she was wearing better. So anyway, the girls come outside and oh yeah, we was dancing, we tired, and Cristyl talking about her feet hurt. She would take off her shoes, and then she talking about you get Botox in your feet so your feet don't hurt, and everybody's like, girl, what? Like, where you get that from? And Kira's like, girl, you always know the newest something. You always know what's going on. And Tiffany said, like, girl, I will take off my shoes. Like, everybody knows I'm a tennis shoe girl. So that's just super awkward and standing around. Tiana's like, oh, do you want to sit down? And Crystyl's like, oh, okay. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to go get something to eat because Kira's hungry. And Kira's like, yeah, I'm going to get some of this food. I was like, y'all better quit making Kira the person that always got to get the food. She always got to get the food. Go ahead, Kira. I'll feel it. So then basically they had this awkward, like, yeah, we're leaving. You know, you sit down, we're leaving. Basically to set it up for Cristyl and Tiffany to have this ridiculous conversation. Okay, let's get to it. So Crystyl's like, oh, if you have friends like that, who needs enemies? And so then she's like, yeah, so Tiffany's like, yeah, I hear you and Robin made up. I'm so glad. And Crystyl's like, yeah, you know, we have our highs and lows, but we work it out. And that's what happens in friendships. And I feel like when your friendship is tested, you know if it's true or not. Like, you go through things with your friends, but if you don't, like, how do you know? And Tiffany's like, yeah, I don't really have that. Like, I only let people in my space that, you know, I feel like I can let my hair down with, I can be myself with, I'm not going to have bad energy with. And so then their conversation also was like, what is going on? And so then Crystyl's like, oh, we're finally look at this, Tiffany, we're finally having a conversation. Like that's amazing. We've never had a conversation. We're both 2 top closing attorneys. And Tiffany's like, yeah, we've been around each other. Like, we've been in intimate settings together. We've talked, and Cristyl feels like it's only been surface level. And Tiffany's like, well, no, like, you know, I just go off of energy, and, you know, it doesn't, she's like, it's nothing against you. It's just I go off energy, and I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. And Crystyl's like, okay, but are you talking about me? I'm blunt to the point, like, sorry, but are you talking about me? And basically, Cristyl wants Tiffany to say, hey, I have a problem with you. And that's why I'm not your friend. And because Tiffany doesn't have a problem with her, it's just that she doesn't care to be her friend. Sometimes you just don't connect with people the way you have. This episode, or the way you think you would. This episode had me thinking about girls I've met that I thought I would be naturally become friends with, and it didn't go that way. And I think about, okay, is it me? I didn't put the effort, if they didn't put the effort. But, you're just not meant to be friends with everybody. You are not meant to connect and be friends with everybody. Everyone's not going to gel well with you, to Tiffany's point. So, and Cristyl wanted to be the victim in that situation as well. And Cristyl said that she felt like Tiffany was not a nice person, and that's why she couldn't connect with her. And Tiffany feels like, girl, like she's laying a burden on her with all that. And then Tiffany brings up how she know that Kira told her that Cristyl courted Tiffany at her office to try to get Kira to, to sign on with Cristyl to be a client, to be her closing attorney. And Tiffany was like, I know you did that, and Kira is my client. I do business with Kira. I'm her closing attorney. And when you and Robin had your falling out, Robin came to me and said, hey, I'm ready to give you all my business now, and you're going to be my closing attorney. But I didn't do that because I know you and Robin have your relationship. So I'm thinking, okay, Cristyl finna really go off about that because Robin is her best friend, right? No, Cristyl totally skips over it and goes on to something else and saying, well, I just go off of energy and da-da-da, and I thought we would be friends. We're both, black girl magic out here doing it, top closing attorneys. I thought we would naturally want to do things together and all this stuff. And Tiffany is like, no, like, I don't expect everyone to be welcoming to me. Like, is that something you expect? And Cristyl was talking in circles, in my opinion. And then there was a couple times Tiffany wasn't making sense, too, because she, at one point, said they didn't know each other. They were strangers. So she was like, well, you trying to be my friend that bad? Like, why do you want to be Tiffany's friends so bad? Like, that's stranger danger. We don't know each other. But then earlier, Tiffany said, y'all did know each other. I'm like, do y'all know each other? Y'all know y'all all on the show together. Okay, y'all steady talking about y'all don't know each other, but y'all are on the show together. Like, get it together. But ultimately, I feel like Cristyl, I've been told y'all how I feel about Cristyl from day one. She is always up to something. She makes no sense. In that moment, I would have said, wait, Robin did what? Because you're over here always running behind Robin and saying Robin is your best friend and you need Robin in your life. But Robin was about to give her business to Tiffany, but you didn't stop there, like, to address that. So, yeah, I don't know what Crystyl's issue was. She made no sense to me at all. Cristyl makes no sense to me at all. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. It wasn't really giving anything else. I know some people are not liking the show. I still like the show. I just need their arguments to be more like, their discussions or debates, whatever, be more cohesive, make more sense. Like, they need to watch The Real Housewives or something. I don't need them arguing like Love and Hip Hop or fighting or anything. But like, just a little nasty, catty, little something, no fighting. Like a light Real Housewives light or something. I don't know. Or how about no arguing at all? Let's just sell these houses. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode. Please comment, share, like, subscribe. Help these algorithms. Help a sister out for Black History Month. Love y'all. Please pray for my family. We definitely need it right now. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.